Hello, welcome to game 2 of my match against Sicomatic. I lost the first one as second player, so hopefully I can get this win as first player. We've got Funum Treasure Hunter, which can potentially be a thing. I'm pretty sure I just want to open Page Forager, though. Obviously 5-2 here can be quite strong with Page Old Witch if you don't draw the Page dead. And we're building pretty big, I think. We want to slam in the Old Witches pretty hard. If we can get to them. And then probably grab a Butcher. And we want to run a couple of Travelers up the line. The Treasure Hunter can give silvers for Feodum. The Hero can give golds for Butcher. I'm going to get a second Forager, I think, over a first... over a second page. But I'll get a second page now. The Poacher lets them move through the first shuffle faster to see the page, but it's slower to get through. It doesn't help. Like the Forager is slower to get through the first shuffle, but faster to get through subsequent shuffles, and that builds up, and I'm pretty happy with that. Okay, so I can get a third Forager, my own Poacher, second page. My Forager missed a shuffle, which is pretty sad. I can believe in one Poacher here. I don't really want the second... I want the second page already. The idea behind the second page is that I'm going to get up to Warrior for draw and then Hero for gold so that I can butcher into provinces. This turn I'm probably going to buy a Coin of the Realm. Probably depending on what I'll draw, but most likely I'm just going to buy a Coin of the Realm. So I'll have a village in the deck for the Warrior stuff later. And that lets me, if I can hit 5 here one of these turns, toss in an Old Witch. Yeah, this is quite sad. The first Forager missed a shuffle, and they still haven't trashed yet, but they're going to start trashing, and they can afford their own Old Witch here. There's some logic for like a Hunting Lodge. Interesting. Butcher. I don't really believe in the Butcher at this point. I'm strongly considering a third Forager just to like get hyper thin because I can increase my payload back up with other cards. And I'm not thinning very fast. And they're going to start butchering stuff. The alternative is a second page to run up the line. I can go third Forager. We can, this deck just like explodes once you start hitting 5s. And the payload you can add in so quickly. Okay, well, 4 doesn't do much for me. I guess I will just get a random Poacher now. You add all the cards to the deck and you hope to draw them in some kind of reasonable order, and this was a very, very bad order for me. And then drawing this hand was also very bad. I don't even know if I don't even know how I'm going to play the Coin of the Realm. Like, I don't have any terminals in the deck. I guess I'm going to play it and hope to, yeah, I was going to say I could trash it and hit 5, hopefully, with Old Witch, but then I'll have 2 terminals in the deck here on Old Witch, and what I wanted was to have 1 terminal in the deck. And likely I'm going to draw my Treasure Hunter dead, which is not the end of the world. Either way, it's going to miss the shuffle. But like this is just a really awful draw. I guess this is going to be a third page line. And having two dead actions feels really unlucky. And yeah, 4 coppers and then drawing 2 actions, drawing the action dead. That feels like it was just a really bad shuffle for me. Okay. So I can trash 2 coppers and get myself an Old Witch. Not as much for the attack, but the draw seems really nice. And here I'm going to have 5 again. I can get a second Old Witch. Again, the Old Witch is mostly just make sure I'm drawing my deck. I've got the 1 Coin of the Realm down. They gained nothing much. Yeah, we'll take a gold here and an old witch. And I think I will exchange the treasure hunter for a warrior. I think I want to get to hero fairly quickly. Yeah, get it up to hero fairly quickly. This is like a beautiful draw for them at the top of the shuffle, though. I can't, like... If you draw the Hunting Lodge at the top of the shuffle with the hero in the same hand, it makes life really, really, really nice. Perhaps I can draw my Old Witch here. The problem with the Hunting Lodge is if you draw it near the bottom of the shuffle, it can trigger bad shuffles. There's just a lot of bad things that can go very wrong, or require some amount of going right. We'll grab another page. This is all my trashing. Hopefully I see my other Old Witch here. I also got a warrior, I believe. So I can draw back around to stuff. I'm going to grab a butcher here for sure. I think I'm still in the lead. I wonder if that's just first player, but I feel like I must have had a really good draw in here somewhere. Or I was further ahead than I thought early on. All right, so warriors per traveler in play. I only have one traveler, so. All right, how many cards did they gain? They gained 2 silvers. I'm happy to draw those. And I'm happy to start trashing them as well. Okay, this is a pretty nice hand. 17. So I'm going to need another Old Witch for draw. I'm going to get, I think I'm going to run all 3 treasures up the line. That gives me 17. So it's always going to be an Old Witch and a Butcher. Question is, what else? Is pathfinding on Old Witch worth it? Like, I put pathfinding on Old Witch and buy a Butcher. It seems just like cheaper to buy more Old Witches. Maybe once I have 3 or 4, but then that seems like so much money to spend. If they don't get their champion into play, I could hit them with curses, but the curses are kind of food for the stuff. So I got like 2 Old Witches and a Butcher, or a Butcher, an Old Witch, and 2 Butchers. I think I can gain and play a Butcher next turn. And probably like Butcher, trash a Forager into a Butcher, and draw that. And also take a Wine Merchant as a +4 coin card. It's not crazy either. I think I just want to guarantee that I draw next turn, and I start doing gain and play tricks with Butchers next turn. And I'm not quite ready to take coppers. And yeah, as I said, I'm going to exchange them all up the line. I'm going to default keep the hero. And I'll have to consider the other ones. There's a chance they don't draw their Hunting Lodge and their champion near the top of this shuffle. I'm not like super worried about hitting them with a ton of curses, but it doesn't hurt. Okay, they did draw their Hunting Lodge at the top of the shuffle. So they have not... They trashed a gold with Forager. Wow. That feels bad. And you want to be turning those golds into provinces as your, one of your primary sources of payload. I guess maybe not primary, but... I still feel like I'm in a pretty solid position in this game. They have a lot of pages. I wonder if they're going for Faredom stuff now. They're just going for page labs. Okay. The Faredom stuff is slightly concerning, but I can, if they have 4 treasure hunters and I gain 10 cards in my turn, they can empty the silvers and do stuff with that. Okay. All right. So how many cards did they gain on their turn? Am I reading this correctly that they gained 0 cards on their turn? All right. Well, I play the treasure hunter anyways because it gains me a card. Okay. Let's play the warrior now. So I've got a silver in the discard. I have a gold in the discard. I'm going to turn this forager into a butcher, I think. And draw it. I'm going to turn a gold into a silver. Sorry, a gold into a province. Start getting provinces. I can also turn this forager into a wine merchant. That seems cool. Okay, so this is plenty of money. This is 826 money. If I'm counting correctly, not at all. 22 money. And there's 3 treasures and trash. So I can even call the coin and trash it, but they've got more foragers now. We'll take this for the buy. All right, 23 money. I only want to spend 25. Double province Old Witch seems fine to me. I'm threatening to double province next turn. I'm going to keep my treasures. I'm going to keep my travelers where they're at, I think. Double province Old Witch. And then hero stays, warrior stays, warrior stays. And then the question is, do I want more silvers in the deck? I think they may gain a lot of cards, in which case I would rather have the warrior. So to turn the warrior and the treasure hunter up 1 level. Discard. Yeah, so take another hero and a warrior so I can gain a gold if need be. And not have to gain that many silvers. So if they take a bunch of treasure hunters, I have to think about the Theodem stuff. Although it's fairly easy, I just gain 2 provinces or something in the turn. Yeah, the curse is just food for them now, so still I'm happy with it as draw. I would have liked to see 2 draw cards in my starting 5. It's a little bit dicey, only seeing 1. Then again, I do have 4 more Old Witches and a warrior down there, and a poacher, I guess. So I just would have expected to hope to have seen 2 in the top 5. Because if I don't draw this turn, I'm probably going to lose. If I do draw this turn, I think I can just get 4 provinces. So they're able to do the same thing I am, and it seems like they're just a half turn behind me. And I felt all the way through like they've had better shuffles than me for their buys, and I've had worse shuffles, but I'm still ahead by first player advantage, so maybe that's completely wrong. Yeah, I think I'm going to be pretty happy not to have to gain all these silvers here. And they don't have all the golds that I have. Oh, they've trashed their gold. But still, they can threaten. Well, they don't have... What can they threaten? We'll see what they buy here. And how many treasures they take, treasure hunters they take. Their max payload is not that huge. Like the 14 money they're showing now, it's actually a little less than that because they have to trash coppers next turn that they played this turn. I think they're overdrawing though. They're mostly overdrawing with pages, so they can take some treasure hunters and trash those. But they don't have any things that they can butcher into provinces right now, which is a difficulty for them. So it would be very hard for them to quad province is what I'm thinking. Oh, they could mill provinces if they buy one now. Okay. Yeah, quad seems possible. They could mill 2, mill twice, buy 2. Buying 3 seems like a lot. I think I can get 4 here if I draw my deck. And I'm pretty happy to do that. 5 doesn't seem crazy, does it? I can get 2 golds. I think 5 is not possible. No, with the wine merchant, I'm adding in 2 golds, but I'm trashing 2 golds potentially. We'll have to see. Okay, well, we are drawing here. Excellent. All right, so now we can gain 2 golds, draw the 2 golds. We can butcher 2 provinces into provinces. That gives us 12, 18, 22. This must be a win. This must be 5 provinces. Gold, gold, draw. So that's 8. That's 3 buys. Yeah, this is more than enough. Spend all the coffers because we can. Discard the wine merchant and keep everything. That was not necessary, but some of the that was just making sure I didn't screw anything up with the pile out or anything. But obviously, a province pile out, the traveler piles don't matter. I was able to get that one back, and we move on to game 3.